Hi there, it's Linda May, and I'm here as the Druid Priestess who is offering you this Winter Solstice ceremony that I will be starting in a few minutes, actually just a couple seconds. As soon as I thought she wanted to come up and say hi, but she doesn't. She just wanted to meow. She actually wants me to take her out for treats, so I might just let her go out by herself. Yes, she's good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to go behind my kitchen table altar and I will start the ceremony and we'll go from here. I kindle this flame for the hearth, for the home, for the whole of the people. One flame for light, one flame for warmth, one flame to encircle us all. Earth unto heaven, heaven down to earth, this day and every day, may it be so. And may we pray with a good fire. As the ancestors have done in times before, we honor the old ways, that our hearth and our heart may give cheer. Be it so. By our will, by our words, by our work, this space is made whole and holy. By our will, by our words, by our work, this space is made whole and holy. By our will, by our words, by our work, this space is made whole and holy. The winter solstice has been universally celebrated for thousands of years. This is actually quite informative. In the Norse tradition, it's known as Jul, J-U-U-L, or Yule, as we usually call it, and it was celebrated right around the winter solstice. This time was characterized with a blazing fire where they would burn the Yule log in honor of Thor. A piece of the log would be kept to burn throughout the following year, and thus continuity was established. So every year they would take, a piece of that and burn it a little bit, and that's what they would do every year. And in some areas the Yule log would be burnt to ash, and then the ash was sprinkled on the fields on 12th night or kept as a charm. In ancient Rome, Saturnalia was held for 7 days, beginning on December 17th, to honor the god Saturn, the father of the gods. So that was just a few days ago, from today, 3 days ago. At this time, the schools and courts would close, and wars would cease, and quarrels would be forgotten. The Persian Mithras held December 25th as sacred to the birth of their sun god Mithras, and celebrated as a victory of light over darkness. In Sweden, on December 13th, it was sacred to the goddess Lucina, the Shining One, and it was a celebration of the return of the light. So the festival was already closely associated with the birth of older pagan gods in many cultures like Oedipus, Theseus, Hercules, Perseus, Jason, Dionysus, Apollo, Horus, and even Arthur, with the cycle of birth, death, and resurrection that is also very close to that of Jesus. We're here today to honor the Shining Ones, the mighty dead, and the allies of nature, and to invite them to join us in this celebration of this time of the darkest night and the return of the light. Today we give honor to the great Mother Goddess and to the Divine Child, sometimes referred to as the Sun King. We remember the dark times and the hope that led us on. Here in Sedona, we're noticing the days, they've been getting a little shorter. The sun sets usually around 5:15 or so, something like that. And it does rise later in the morning. A lot of times I'm up at 6:30 and it's still a little bit dark out. And the nights are a little bit cool. I do need to turn the heat on, but honestly, we've been having incredible weather. It's mostly been in the 60s we really haven't gone below 60 during the day. And even recent weeks it was in the 70s. Still, in December, who would think? So it's kind of nice, but in the morning I still have to turn the heat on. It's still kind of, a little chilly. But after this day of the winter solstice, the days will begin to get longer once again. So this is basically the shortest day, the longest night. Okay? Now, we're going to start with the Light Druid's Prayer. Take a deep breath. Center yourself. This is sort of, the Light Druid's Prayer is basically an interpretation of the Lord's Prayer from a Druid perspective. Beloved source of all life, from whom all life-giving love flows and returns in the great way of things. Sacred and holy are you. May we ever feel the flow of your divine presence in every moment of every day and in every living thing. Provide us forever with your bounty of nourishment and abundance in all forms, and teach us to trust in this everlasting outpouring. Teach us to walk in peace and harmony with every creature, field, and flower. Guide us to know only your truth, and give us courage to honor and protect that truth, and keep us from that which is not in alignment with your blessings and your grace. For you are the love that encompasses us, guides us, heals us, and upholds us, and we choose to be emanations of your sacred flame as we shine like the rising sun, bringing light and warmth to the world in which we live. Today and always, be it so. And now we're going to basically do the two powers meditation. This is anchoring the light on earth. We establish it's two powers, but it's the three worlds of the heavens, the midworld, and the underworld. And when we attune ourselves with their powers and magnify them within us, that brings us to a place of more wholeness. So basically, I want you to take a moment to just sit, take a few deep breaths. Notice where you are in touch with the earth. Notice it, whether you're sitting in a chair or your feet are on the ground like mine are. Whatever it is, feel that you are anchored to the earth. Feel that you are being held in the arms of gravity, holding you onto this earth. And this is part of you going down into the earth. And see energetic roots growing out from the bottom of your feet, or however you're connecting with the earth, and going down into all of the layers of earth and intertwining with others who may be on the same path as you. Going down, 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 way down into the earth, and they keep going down, down, down until they finally get to this cavern in the middle of the earth. Right in the middle of the earth is this cavern, and in the middle of the cavern is a pool of water, and that water is the waters of potential. And your roots want that kind of potential in your life because it helps you to do the things you want to do. So you're going to drink thirstily. Your roots are drinking thirstily of that water, and it's rising up through all those layers and rising up into the bottom of your feet, and then still rising up and pooling in the cauldron of your loins, which is symbolic of your lower three chakras. So it's filling, the waters of potential are filling the lower three chakras with the potential for doing whatever you need to do on this earth at this time. And yet the water rises up, it rises into the cauldron of your heart, and the cauldron of your heart is basically the chakra of your heart also. It's the chooser, basically between above and below, and it fills that cauldron to overflowing, and still the waters rise up into the cauldron of your higher mind, which is basically the upper three chakras. And it's filling this divine part of you, this part of you that's connected to the all it is it's filling you with these waters of potential. And as these waters flow down and around you, you realize you have the potential on every level of your being. She's on my heart chakra. Not to interrupt our thing. But now we're going to move into the light of the heavens. So what we're going to do is visualize a light above us, a shining star or the sun or some kind of shining light shining down upon you. And it's shining down into the cauldron of your higher mind and warming those waters. And as it does so, those waters actually form a mist around your head. They form a mist all around your head as the waters are heated by the light of order. So this is creating order with all that potential, which helps to bring things into being. And still that light penetrates down into the cauldron of your heart, and it basically warms the waters in the cauldron of your heart so that they also are rippling out a mist all around you. So it's moving down. The light is moving down into the cauldron of your loins. The light of order is adding the order to the potential, and it's warming those waters so the mist is still all around you, and you realize that you are now in this mist, and you're in a time without a time and a place without a place. And still those waters go down into the earth, and they anchor into the earth, and that's when you realize you are the bridge between heaven and earth. So give me one moment while you soak this in and just feel that. You're going to be holding this energy throughout the ceremony, so just take a moment to do that, and I will be right with you. Not good, Misty. Good. Right here. Right here. Nope, right here. Sometimes we need to take care of our familiars. So you're going to hold these energies, as I mentioned, until the end of the ceremony. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to be uniting with the land. So, oh, it looks like I skipped some. I did. Okay. So first of all, we're going to make offering to the source of, she kind of confused me a little, an offering to the source of all, from whom all flows and to whom all returns in the great way of things. Sacred source, cauldron of making and unmaking, fathomless sea, bountiful spring, mother of the rivers, and goddess of Oak Creek, which is our watershed here, and goddess of whatever your watershed is, wherever you may be watching from. We make this offering to you. May you ever ensure the fertility and prosperity of these lands. Be it so. And now we prepare for this time together. And I basically do that using sage. So I need to light this up. And I just do a little sort of a chant to make the sacred space. Okay? Even more so than we already have. I think it's going good. Sacred smoke, purify us. Sacred fire, make us whole. Sacred smoke, purify us. Sacred fire, make us whole. Sacred smoke, purify us. Sacred fire, make us whole. And now we invoke the goddess of inspiration. Goddess of inspiration, keeper of hearth and forge, I call to you to join us, to inspire our sacred words this day, to lead us in the ways of truth and beauty so that our words and thoughts be fit, and so our hearts. Please accept this beautiful patchouli rose incense, which is a perfect balance between heaven and earth. B'Yishay Ali, may it be so. Please accept this offering. Okay, and now we honor the land. May we be united with you, Lady of the Land, Sovereign of the realm, under the She, under the fairies. Grant us the abundant blessings of this land. Teach us its mysteries and its lessons as our ways find favor in your eyes. Lady of the Land, I offer you this grain as a way of bringing back what's been taken from the land and once again returning it to the land, just as we do ourselves. And now I want to call to peace in the 4 directions. The camera has it backwards, so this is east actually where I am, but it might not look like east when you're watching it. May there be peace in the east, the ancient realm of prosperity. May there be peace in the south, the ancient realm of harmony. May there be peace in the west, the ancient realm of wisdom. May there be peace in the north, the ancient realm of strength. And here in the center, where all the worlds meet, may peace prevail. Please accept our offering. Juniper berries, a great way to walk between the worlds. So now we do that. We open the ways to the underworlds. And we call to you now to hold safe the way for our worship. King of the She, Lord of the ways, maintain this passage between this world and the other worlds, that we may freely intermingle with the powers and the allies who come in peace and may wish to share this time with us. She King, please accept our offering. And now to the powers. Allies of nature, seen and unseen allies of nature, you who walk beside us, ever revealing to us the beauty and abundance all around us, we honor you and we share this meal with you. Allies, please accept our offering. Birdseed, believe me, the birds do love it. And they are definitely nature spirits. And then we call to you, ancestors, Lord of the dead, the first of the ancestors, and to all of the ancestors who join you in the feast hall. Mighty ancestors of this place and ancestors of all who are assembled and are watching here right now, you who have brought us to this time in this place, kin of blood, kin of heart, you who have loved us for always and will always, we share with you this cup of ale. Yashay Ali, may it be so. Please accept our offering and join us this day. And sacred shining ones, highest and mightiest, most worthy of honor, we honor you here. Gods and goddesses of this land and of all those assembled here, you who guide our path and light our way, we share our hearth with you. Here's some fine whiskey for you. Please accept our offering and join us. And now's the time that if you have any praise offerings yourself, any offerings that you'd like to make for anything and anyone in your life, it could be, a nature spirit, ancestor, a god, goddess, whatever it is, this is the time to make it. And honestly, one of the things that's very popular at Winter Solstice is it's sometimes Winter Solstice Eve, which is when we're doing the ceremony. It's known as Mother's Night, and it's a time of honoring the mothers that we hear before us. So I'm sending this incense out to mostly my Nana, who was like probably one of my spirit guides and still is in my life, and has been such a treasure all my life because of the things she taught me, and also my mother, who was of course her daughter. So between the two of them, I feel like I was really taught how to be kind and compassionate and all the wonderful things that we can be as, basically people on this earth making a difference. So I am doing this in honor of Mother's Night for my Nana and my mom. Yashay Ali, please accept this offering. And any offerings that you want to make, I mean, I could make one for Misty too. I usually do, but she's making her voice heard already, so it's okay, and that's perfect. So now we're gonna join us now There's also, you know what, I want to make one more. It's to a goddess, and she's the Kaliak, and she's actually known as the goddess of death. And she's often worshipped at this time of year in certain circumstances. And part of the reason is because the Kaliak is, she's basically stands for winter. And it's the dying of the old so that we can come into the new. So this is also part of the darkness of the light, and then the returning of more, the darkness, and then returning to the light. So for Kaliak, I also offer this. Please accept our offering. And now our main offerings are calling upon the Great Mother and the Divine Child. So first I'll invoke the Great Mother. She who is known as the Medran, the Great Mother Goddess. She who is known as Caradwin, the keeper of the cauldron. She who is known as Kaliak, the veiled crone of stark winter. Known are you by many names, by many peoples, and yet always the same in your countenance. O shadowy, hidden, and haggard one, we behold your great mystery this day, in awe and reverence. O great, mysterious, veiled one, accept our worship and our praise, and grant us your blessings. Guard well the mysteries, O great and hidden one, be welcome among us. O Great Mother, accept our offering. Ali. And now we invoke the Divine Child. I call upon he who is known as Neponus, the Divine Child, he who is known as Anind, the one who will not die, he who is known as Angus Magog, son of the young. Known are you by many names and by many people, yet always the same in your countenance. O shiny, radiant, lovely one, we behold your rebirth this day, in awe and reverence. O beloved newborn Son of the Great Mother, accept our worship and our praise, and grant us your blessings. Grow strong, O newborn Sun King, be welcome among us. And I'm offering drops of frankincense in honor of the Divine Child. Please accept this offering. Pure frankincense. Ali, may it be so. And now what we're going to do is we're going to maintain a vigil in the dark, culminating in lighting the spark of hope within our hearts. So I'm going to be turning down a few of the lights right now, so it'll be like we're more in darkness. Of course we won't be because it isn't quite sunset yet, but as close as we can. And in this darkness, feel the darkness around you, save but our candle. Okay? Let yourself become one with the darkness, letting all else fall away except for your own awareness. Feel the peace in the darkness, the pregnant pause between moments and the anticipation of waiting. If you have a candle, now would be the time to light it, to illuminate the darkness, and know that this light is being sent throughout consciousness. Okay, so you can light your candle now and take a moment to hold in your heart a simple thought about the sun. And when you finish, you may blow out your candle, and we'll know that we have welcomed the return of the light. So we've done so. So let us now share on the blessings bestowed upon us. At this time, I share this cup with the Great Mother and the Divine Child, and with all of you who are watching from wherever you're watching. And if you have any other words you might want to share to the ancestors, to any of the allies of nature, or the gods, or general gratitude to the fellowship in your life, whatever it is, this would be the time for you to do that. And so right away, I want to say, "O Great Mother, O Divine Child, I share this with you to sustain our bond throughout time and space." Yashay Ali. And I also would like to thank anybody who's watching this at this time for your presence and for when you're watching, even if you're not watching it while I'm presenting it right now. The replays will be available on Facebook Live for 30 days, and then they will be up on my YouTube, Druid Linda YouTube channel, to watch at any time that works for you. So I usually post them on YouTube within the first couple days after the ceremony, but they're still on Facebook for a month. So blessings to all of you, and I thank you, and this is for you, and for me, and for my kitty Misty. And now what I'd like to do is, the new moon was last night, so it was December 19th at 6:43 p.m., basically Arizona time, which is Mountain Standard Time at this time. So it's the Sagittarius new moon, and I'd like to set some intentions for this new moon cycle, as well as wishes for the season to come, because a new moon usually does mean new beginnings, and this is also a time of new beginnings with the return of the light. So it's interesting that they're both in sync with each other. In fact, I was just reading, and I actually posted it on Facebook, that there's a portal between when the new moon happened and when the actual exact moment of when winter solstice begins, you know, when the sun enters Capricorn, the exact moment. So this is actually a portal of time that we're in right now. It's a perfect time to set intentions, to do the things that we want to do, to set in motion that which we want to bring into the next chapter of our lives. So basically, as I said, it's a new beginning. It's searching, usually a lot of times it's searching for more inner meaning, letting go of that which doesn't serve anymore as we renew ourselves with faith and higher perspectives to see the next chapter of our lives. A sense of freedom is imminent, and a time to remember to believe in yourself is very, very important at this time. So I actually put together a number of different offerings to make at this time. And one of them is this beautiful, this is actually a present I got recently, and it has to do with establishing more prosperity in your life. So I'm going to light this and add it to our burning incense. And it's basically for prosperity for you, prosperity for me, prosperity for whenever you're watching, to help bring it into your life, because that would be so helpful in this world these days. It's a little bit crazy economically, and this may make a difference. So it will make a difference, actually. So I affirm that it will make a difference, and so it is. So that's one of the offerings. Then another one I have is, this is peppermint, which is also something of the season. You know, it's a beautiful herb. It's actually a protective herb too. It keeps away things. It keeps away rats and things like that. They won't come near your house if you put this like around your property and stuff. So peppermint, and also, you know, we all talk about peppermint candy, you know, candy canes, all that kind of stuff. So peppermint is part of the season, but all of that also has to do with letting go of what you don't need and allowing in what you do. So I make this offering of peppermint for us. And then also, one of the things that's very, very common at this time of year is mistletoe. So I also have some branches. I don't have actual access to mistletoe these days, but luckily I've saved some branches. So every year I still have a few more little branches of mistletoe that we can use. And I also have a really nice little piece of a fir tree with berries on it. So I thought that would be like a nice, just keeping us grounded on the earth and keeping us here in this. It's, to me, it's like know the truth but respect the illusion. You know, it's like who we really are and living here on this planet aren't always the same thing, but while we're here, let's make the best of it and be the best that we can be. So that's all part of my offerings. Oh, and one more thing. This is actually a tiny little pine cone I found, which I felt is also in alignment with the season. I have it as my decor around the house for Christmas. So this is also going to be an offering. So this is just an offering of the season, and it's also a reminder that life doesn't die, it just changes form. you know, and so that's part of what that's for. So that's all part of our new moon working at this time. And so we move into the conclusion of the ceremony. We have been blessed this day, and as we prepare to depart, let's thank those who have aided us. The Great Mother, forever watching out for us, for surrounding us and keeping us, and the Divine Child, forever birthing us anew in innocence and love. For the gift of life in the time of dying, we thank you. Mighty ancestors, sacred shining ones, and noble allies, for joining us at our ceremony, we thank you. Lady of the land, for the union that we share with you, we thank you. She-King, for holding open the ways between the worlds, we thank you. And Goddess of Inspiration, for any of our honey sweet words that we have shared today, we thank you. And finally, to the source of all, from which we came and to which we return, we thank you. So now let's take a moment to remember, I like to call it your tree self, the bridge between heaven and earth, the two-power meditation that we did at the beginning. We're going to take a moment to remember those powers, letting go of the light, and keeping within our cauldrons what we would need in order to keep order in our lives, knowing that we can call upon this light at any time to help us with that order. And then see the waters rising down from the cauldrons back down into the earth, to the center of the earth, to the waters of potential in that pool in the center of the earth, knowing that you can keep in your cauldrons whatever you need, and you can call upon this energy whenever you need to have more potential in your life. So as you release the light, release the waters, holding what you need, and then you can feel yourself coming back fully present and fully engaged in this moment. And so we end as we began. Go in peace. The rite is now ended. Solstice blessings to one and all as you move through this day in this season with grace and gratitude. May the light shine down upon you and through you in everything you do. Namaste. Be Ashe Ali. And so that's our ceremony. I thank you for, like I said, anyone who's watching or joining us. Whenever you're watching, I do want to thank you for that. I do have a link so that you can make donations, which is very helpful for me at this time. I'm going through some literally changes, new beginnings, so to speak, in my life, and the economic situation has not been the best. So I'm actually really wondering what's going to happen with Druids of the Light at this point. But we'll see. If you can make an offering, we really appreciate it. There should be a link for you to be able to do that. I'm hoping that it did show up the way it was supposed to. And if not, you know, you can contact me if you need to. Or, you know, there's a PayPal account. There's a link on the Druids of the Light Facebook page that has a way to make those offerings. So I just wanted to say that to you. I want to wish you, and that's one of the reasons I'm burning the prosperity, incense. It is, oh yes, please. So I want to thank you again, and I appreciate you, and blessings of the season to you and the return of the light.